Play any voice message you've ever sent, and there it is, that stranger. The voice is thin, higher than it should be, slightly wrong. Your first thought is always the same. That's not what I sound like. And here's the uncomfortable part. Everyone around you disagrees. To them, the recording sounds exactly like you. So tonight, one question with a twist at the end. Which voice is the real one? The deep, familiar voice you hear when you speak, or the strange one trapped in the recording? By the end of this video, you'll have the answer, and I promise it's not the one you're hoping for. But it is better than you think. Because hidden inside this little mystery is a secret experiment where people accidentally fell in love with the very voice they claim to hate. To get there, you first need to know something strange. Sound reaches your ears by two completely different roads. Road number one is the obvious one, the air. When you speak, sound waves leave your mouth, travel around your head, and curve back into your ears, the same way they reach everyone else in the room. That's the public road. Anyone can use it. But there's a second road, a private one, a secret tunnel that runs through your own head. When your vocal cords vibrate, the vibration doesn't just push air, it shakes you. Your jawbone hums, your skull hums, and that trembling travels through solid bone, straight into the hearing organs deep inside your ears, from the inside. No air required. Scientists call it bone conduction. Every word you've ever spoken reached you through both roads at once, the air outside and the bone inside. Two roads blending into one voice. Sounds harmless, right? Except the bone road doesn't carry your voice honestly. It secretly adds something. Here's what bone does to sound. It loves the low notes. Thick, solid bone carries deep frequencies beautifully and quietly drops many of the high ones along the way. So the version of your voice that travels through your skull arrives deeper, rounder, warmer, like a built-in bass boost wired directly into your head. Don't take my word for it. Test it right now. Cover both ears completely with your hands and hum. Go on. Feel that? That deep, rich rumble filling your head. That's the bone road, playing solo. That low, powerful tone is what your skull adds to every single word you say. Now uncover your ears. That bass doesn't leave. It's mixed into your voice every time you speak, but only on your side of the conversation. Which means something a little dizzying. The voice you know best in the world is a special edition, enhanced, remastered. And there's exactly one person in the universe who has ever heard it. Think about that for a second. Your mother has never heard your real inner voice. Your best friend hasn't. No microphone, no matter how expensive, has ever captured it. The deep, warm voice you've listened to your entire life, every joke, every whisper, every good morning, has played for an audience of exactly one. You. It's a private concert, performed inside your skull every time you open your mouth. Everyone else stands outside the concert hall, hearing the show through the walls, the air-only version. Thinner, higher, missing the bass your bones mix in. For most of human history, nobody ever discovered this. You spoke, you heard your inner voice, everyone else heard the outer one, and the two versions never met. There was no way to compare them. And then we invented recording. And for the first time ever, humans could stand outside their own concert hall and listen through the walls. That moment has a name. Scientists call it voice confrontation. And your brain hates it. Press record. Say anything. Play it back. What comes out of the speaker is your voice, with the bone road deleted. No skull, no jaw, no secret bass. Just the air version, the public broadcast. Instantly it sounds thinner, higher, lighter, like your voice, minus something you can't quite name. And your brain reacts fast. It has spent decades, your entire life, building one precise expectation of what me sounds like. The recording breaks that expectation in half a second. Alarm bells ring. Wrong voice, imposter. That cringe you feel, that instinct to say, delete that? It's not vanity, it's your brain's identity system hitting a mismatch. The sound coming in doesn't match the me file stored inside. Here's the strangest part though. The recording isn't broken. The microphone didn't lie. It captured, quite accurately, exactly what everyone hears. So why does accurate feel so unbearable? That's where this story stops being physics and becomes psychology. Your brain is a prediction machine. We've met this idea before on this channel. It predicts how your steps will feel, how your coffee will taste, and yes, how your own voice should sound. That prediction runs deep. Your inner voice isn't just a sound to you, it's part of your identity. It's the narrator of your thoughts, the voice that reads every book you've ever read silently. So when a recording plays back something different, your brain doesn't shrug, it protests. This is a violation at the core of who I am. Researchers find people don't just say the recorded voice sounds unfamiliar. Many say it sounds worse, weaker, higher, less confident than they believed. But notice something suspicious about that reaction. Everyone else hears this exact voice every day, and they never complain. They like your voice fine. Some people love it. So is the recorded voice actually bad? Or is your judgment rigged? In the 2000s, scientists designed a sneaky little experiment to find out. What they discovered flips this whole story upside down. Here's the experiment. Researchers played people a series of recorded voices and asked them to rate each one. How attractive, how pleasant, how confident. Simple. Except for one hidden detail. Secretly mixed into the lineup was each person's own voice, and many didn't recognize it. Remember, they'd only ever heard their inner version. The public version was a stranger, so they rated that stranger honestly. And here's the twist. When people didn't know a voice was theirs, they consistently rated it better than the other voices in the lineup. More attractive, more pleasant. The exact voice they would have cringed at, they preferred. Read that again. The only reason you hate your recorded voice is that you know it's yours. Strip away that knowledge, and by your own honest judgment, your real voice is one you'd pick out of a crowd. Which brings us, finally, back to the very first question. The inner voice or the recording? Which one is real? The honest answer: both are real, but they have very different jobs. The inner voice, deep, warm, bass-boosted by your own bones, that's your companion, the narrator of your thoughts, a private gift from your skull to you and to you alone. No one can ever take it. But the recorded voice? That's your ambassador. It's the voice that said your first words to your parents, the voice your friends recognized down a hallway, the voice that comforted someone, made someone laugh, was missed by someone when you were away. Everyone who has ever loved talking to you loved that voice, the one in the recording. So the next time a voice message plays back and that familiar cringe rises, pause. You're hearing what the world hears. And as the science shows, the world rates it higher than you do. You've simply never had the chance to be a fair judge of your own voice. Now you know. So, comments right now. How many points does your recorded voice deserve? Be fair this time. Stay curious. See you in the next one.